All right, I'm going to do a four-part series on a life of victory. Everything from the children of Israel, them going through Exodus, going through the time of getting freed from bondage, basically traveling around that mountain and in that land for 40 years, all of it led up to one specific time when they could cross over into victory. A lot of people look at that as an end, but really that was their beginning. Every battle that they won up to this point, it didn't really matter much because they couldn't possess the land. Whenever they came to just east of that river, and battles began to be won when they crossed over, the Bible says that the manna ceased and that they began to live off of the land. So what I want to talk about for this four-part series is a life of victory. When they crossed over, we see they begin to take over places. They begin to possess the land that God had promised. And in Joshua 21 and 22, we're going to be reading through here. We're going to read 43 through 45 throughout this. But let's start with 22 and 8. After the army demobilizes, we see the Bible says, "And he spake unto them, saying, Return with much riches unto your tents, and with very much cattle, with silver, and with gold, and with brass, and with iron, and with very much raiment. Divide your spoils from your enemies with your brethren." So we see that God gave them the blessing. The first thing that we see is that God gave them the blessing. He gave them that land. He gave them that blessing. Everything that they bought or that they fought for at this time, from the time that they crossed over, was a possession now that God allowed them to get. So when they begin to possess that land, that was their beginning, when they begin to possess that land. Some of us think that that's the end, when we finally begin to live in the victory of God, but I want you to know here today that that is your beginning. Once you cross over into living into victory and living in God's favor instead of living in His mercy, then we see that's when God can begin to bless you.